Hello. Okay. Let's see here. Cassidy. Hello.
Hi, Carly.
Hi.
Carly. That was Cassidy, my daughter.
With the tech.
I'm Marla, and my sister Lisa. How are you?
Good. Nice to see you guys.
Oh, you too. You're so adorable.
I am so excited to be here. Can you see me okay?
Yes. We can. Can you see us?
Yeah, it's a little choppy, so I wasn't sure if it's maybe if you can close all the windows.
Okay. Yes, can you?
If you have a lot of tabs open.
I think this has to do with the fact that we're outside.
Do you want to try inside and see if it's...
I'm okay as long as you guys can see me. That's fine. It just might be a delay if you have questions. That's all.
Do you want to? Should we? Yeah, we can see if it's better inside.
Yeah,
just see if it improves, and then if it does, we'll just move it back inside.
Let me know if it gets a stronger signal.
You guys in Indiana?
Yes.
Nice.
Is this better?
Maybe move or say something. Oh, you know what? Hi.
Hi.
Wait. Who's the birthday girl?
That's me.
Oh, happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
So beautiful. Oh my God.
Oh, such an amazing celebration.
This is awesome. Well, I'm so glad we're doing this. You know, we can move back outside if you want because it's the same for me. So just if you have a question, there just might be a little delay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
You could do it with us, baby.
Yeah, me too.
So it's funny because
Let me know if
that's
you
what I
have
was going to say. That's what I
difficulties.
wanted, a vase. A new vase. Should we bring out a big one to show Carly, or maybe glass and you could do a bigger one? Let's show her. Okay, I'll bring that up. Can you hear us, Carly?
Yeah.
Okay. So my sister set this whole thing up, obviously, you know, because you worked with her. But I wanted to just show you the flowers.
Yes, I was very curious.
Let me just see.
Oh, pretty. So you have lilies.
So we've got the lilies. We've got this, like, let's see if you can see these. Hold on.
You have some hydrangeas, baby's breath. Oh, Queen Annesley's, maybe. The purple, is that a mixed bouquet? Can you hear me?
Oh, sorry, we muted.
Oh, that's okay. I was asking if that was a mixed bouquet.
That one is, yes.
Okay. It's so pretty. Okay, so there's in that, I think, yeah, that I don't know from here. It might be Queen Anne's lace. Is the like the maroon plum flower? That one.
Yeah. That one is, let's see.
It looks like Scabiosa, but I can't tell.
Can you?
Hey, Mom, do you know what the difference is?
I don't know what it is. I'm bad at the names.
Oh yeah,
and then
me too.
The blue and the white hydrangeas, and then there's also, let's see, the purple.
Okay, I think that's Status. What I can see.
And then these white, they're like the little roses.
Lysianthus.
Yes, Lysianthus.
I was about to get some because it seemed like what Marla said you liked, but all the ones here weren't that good. Oh, Bells of Ireland. I have those too.
Bells of Ireland. White
Yes.
lilies, white hydrangeas, blue hydrangeas, white Lizzie Anthem, and purple.
Status.
Thank you. Chef, and I know nothing about flowers.
Yeah, no, okay. I don't know all the varieties. There's just too many, but
Yes.
those are some of the basics. Okay, well, beautiful selection. Are we using the vase tape today or just kind of putting?
Well, we have these beautiful vases.
Yeah, those are gorgeous.
Yeah, the base tape as well.
Base tape? We have base tape, yes.
Okay, cool.
I ordered the flower spray also.
Oh,
I'm very
good.
excited to receive that, but because of COVID, everything is delayed.
Yeah. Well, it's just something good to have on hand because that is the thing that I spray on everything, especially hydrangeas, and it really does work.
I'm so excited. I'm going to put it in special spray bottles. Like we're doing everything like, you know, extra special for my sister.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to divvy it up. And then when we're in one house, we'll have like the different.
Oh, you'll have all your supplies. Yeah.
I will.
The thing with that is I'm pretty sure it's made with formaldehyde. It's
Oh,
definitely
okay.
it's definitely not eco, even though I try to use eco stuff, but that's the one
Yeah.
thing where I'm like, it works. And if I do events or whatever, I'm just like spraying it because it keeps the flowers hydrated and
Awesome.
yeah, and it'll like extend it for a week or two, or yeah, like a week.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't tell my sister that you wrote a book, and I was going to get you the book, but I ran out of time to do everything. So, but yes,
Oh,
we'll
you
look at it for
did?
her. Yeah.
What's the name of your
2016.
book?
It's called The Flower
Chef.
Chef. I think there
Yeah.
might be here.
I'll show her. I'll get it for her.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's a DIY flower book that exactly like what we're doing. It came out in 2016, which is crazy, like 4 years ago.
Oh my God, congratulations.
I know, that's amazing.
It's a long process. It sold in 2013. That's how long it takes.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you know about my company, but I have, well, now with COVID,
COVID.
but I have studios in LA and New York, and I moved to Nashville because I love it there. However, I'm in California right now.
Yeah, that's why when we were planning this, I'm like, what time zone are you on? Because she's got the 3 listed on her website.
Oh,
and
wow.
everyone's in a different time zone.
Yeah.
So
No, I'm so excited to look at your company.
Oh yeah. We do mainly now, like if it's a blogger PR event for a product launch, we do the big flower walls or installations. So just like really big stuff, large scale. But that sort of happened probably like 3 or 4 years ago. And I think the last job before COVID, the last big one, I think, was for BravoCon.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Cool.
so it took like, we covered, it was like the Real Housewives. They were doing like a convention or something. And so we covered 1,200 square feet with greenery, and like they had, you can see it on maybe on my website or Instagram, they had it going down a stairwell, but like super high. And we added, it was real greenery, but fake flowers. And then I did the flower wall. So if you look at the photos, like the backdrop, but it took us like, I think I had 8 people working around the clock for maybe 2 or 3 days. And then the convention thing was 3 days. And so just kind of stuff like that where it's like,
Wow.
and they like, I think they confirmed like a week and a half before. So that's how.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. I mean, and it's such
Pressure. It's pressure.
I mean,
It
the
is,
floral
but, like,
industry is,
We can do what we can do, you know,
Yeah.
like I can't deal with this. So
Yeah,
that's-
actually, speaking of that, it was interesting because I did like a trial run to Trader Joe's in downtown in Chicago, and they had like almost nothing, because I think because of the virus, it's really hard to secure just the right pieces.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Again, like I don't do, is it better if I'm looking at you or looking at the camera?
Oh, both are great. We're not
Oh,
picky.
either
We're
way.
Not, we're, yeah.
Yeah.
Does
we're-
it look like I'm looking at you through the camera or your eye?
The other way was Yes, that's
Yeah.
perfect. Yes,
More like I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
Like you're right here in the backyard with us.
Problems with that, but what was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't do retail,
Right.
like deliveries. So yeah, I mean that's still happening. So for me,
Yeah.
like the last invoice that was written for events was like February. So it was
Oh.
it's pretty crazy. So I don't really know the flowers, but I'm in San Diego right now. I went to this wholesaler and it was pretty empty. So
Yeah.
but it's always good. Like I worked at this flower shop as a sales girl, and I remember I'd watch the designers, and she'd always be like, "It's not what you're using; it's how you use it." So
Totally.
I was always like, "That's so true." Like if you have, I don't know, cheaper flowers like carnations or mums or whatever, you can make it look like super expensive. So
Fabulous.
That's
Well,
amazing.
we can't wait to
Yeah.
learn.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see here. How much experience do you gals have?
Oh,
So I took once with my daughters. We did a flower arranging class at the Pelican Hill in California,
Nice.
and
yeah, the girls live in California.
Oh,
my daughters do. Yeah.
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 Oh, okay.
So, but that's the extent. I love flowers, but I've
She
never
does.
really done my own. So
I'm really good at going to a little, farmer's market. My sister's amazing at this too. And you see a bouquet you're really attracted to, then you take your vase, you cut them and put them in. So that is my extent, which is 0, but that's fun too.
That
They
sounds
look
nice.
pretty in my house. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you have good color composition,
Yes, we like color.
yeah, so I'm so excited to see how
You put them
the
together.
design,
Yeah.
like you said, is
Well,
everything.
So I'm gonna go over first the flower prep and care. So I'll do it from my flowers and then your flowers.
Okay.
Awesome.
And the easiest way to make an arrangement is with the grid. Did you do that in Pelican Hill?
No, we did just pick the flowers we were attracted to out of a bucket,
Yeah.
and then just arrange them in almost like a bouquet basically. So I'm not familiar with
Like
that.
you put the stems in the vase or you spiraled it in your
We
hand?
spiraled them.
In your hand and then
Yep.
put it in. Okay, cool. That's good.
I like the way you're going to do it though, with the tape, right? That's how you.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's different ways, and now with rustic, a lot of people put chicken wire inside and do it that way. But if you're using a clear glass vase, you can't do that. You'll see it.
Right.
Right.
So the tape is still the easiest, and for events, we sometimes still do the floral foam, but it is really bad for the environment. It's made of plastic, but sometimes for events, I can't. I mean, it's going to get knocked around too much, but that's not really applicable, right now we're
Right.
doing arrangements for home. So yeah, that's definitely the easiest way to make it look professional because it's keeping it in place. So yeah, so we'll do that. And then I'll show you some modern, and then more by modern, I mean tight and not that much greenery, but now people mean more rustic-y gardens. So then we'll also do that. And because the styles change so much, I wish I could go back and change my whole book, but that was 2013 when I wrote it, and people are like, there needs to be rustic. I was like, that wasn't even a thing.
Hey, right.
Well, you need a new book now.
Oh, that's true. Update. Right.
Just another one.
I don't know if I'll do that again, but yeah. So
One time was good, right?
I think so.
That's
It
good.
was like a nightmare, but
It's good to know your limits. I think it's really important in life.
yeah. I guess if I got a big advance, a really big advance, I would do it. But
They always say you're not doing a book to make money.
right, and it did lead to a lot of speaking engagements across the country. So that is true.
I can imagine. Yeah, it gives you so much, exposure basically.
Yeah, so it is good. Are you guys
One
okay?
second. Well, not.
Hold on.
Hang on one second.
There it
There we
is.
go. How'd you do that?
I just pressed the Zoom.
Okay, the Zoom. Yeah. So my computer is compromised, and
Oh,
my husband told me he took care of it. But when we turned it on just before the Zoom, someone was typing on my computer. Which is
Oh.
super. Yeah. So
okay,
this is our
you
talk.
know?
Yeah, right. So it's super scary, even though his team put on a different firewall. Anyway, this is our daughter's, one of her work computers.
Okay.
So, but it'll be good.
Okay, well, we'll get started because I can talk a lot. So, let me know.
See, she's a nice small round face. So,
But
did you
that's
show?
okay.
Did
Yeah.
you show Carly what we're gonna work
Yeah.
with? Do you want to do your small one or your medium one?
Since the flowers are so big, and which one would you recommend? Do we know the size?
It doesn't matter. The thing that I started doing was you have to keep in mind that when you're using a vase, you can extend the flowers out like 6 inches, even longer. So I could actually make this into a really big arrangement,
Oh, wow.
which when I was starting out, I didn't do because I would kind of keep it small, compact,
Right.
but you can fit a lot in. So it doesn't really matter. If you want to use the large ones, you have so many flowers and we can just
we're not going to make that many. Yeah. So do you want to use medium or large? Your medium is good,
Yeah,
right?
this is perfect.
Yeah, we'll both do the same. That's
Okay.
fine. Do you want to leave your little bottle on?
Yeah.
I think it looks
I
good.
think so, too.
Then here's your tape, and here's the end of it.
All right, so I'm just going to give you some quick buying tips. Can you hear me okay?
Oh,
Yes,
perfect. Yes.
yes.
Thank you.
For the greenery I chose was seeded eucalyptus and then this straight eucalyptus. And I bought this specifically because you said, more organic gardening. So
I tried to get it also because I had mentioned it to you, but I went to 3 places and I couldn't locate it. I was actually, if I had time, I would have gone and gotten, the artificial eucalyptus, because sometimes that looks nice.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I do use eucalyptus a lot, just in little bits, but if you wanted it super wild and rustic, you would use a ton. But any greenery is fine. Again, like, when I arrange, it's mainly for color, not what it actually is.
Perfect.
Like if I'm using a round flower or pointy flower, I'm more concerned with the color. So that's unless it's something's like super specific. And I got these roses. Now, have you ever been to a wholesaler or seen them like this?
Yes. Actually, they have those at our Whole Foods.
Really? Oh, yeah, you're right. They do. So they're sold by centimeter. So 40 centimeter is short stem, and then it goes 50, 60, 70 would be like extra long stem. It sometimes affects the prices, but now not really. So the best way to test the freshness, since you can't open it, is I just give it a pat. It should be firm to the touch. That means it's fresh, because roses especially, sometimes when you open it, they'll be small, like they'll be tight and people think they'll open, but sometimes they just don't open, or they'll open really fast and stay that way. So that's like really not a good indication. It's just the firmness of.
Wow, I never knew that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but we have oil in our hands, and that's what turns flowers brown. So I try to just like give it a pat. Yeah, I used to do classes at the Flower Mart in LA and take like 20 people to all my vendors, and everyone's like patting it, like, sorry.
Yeah.
Tulips, I don't really have much because they're so common. The only thing about them that's cool is they continue to grow after they're cut. I don't know if you've noticed that at all.
Every time I've gotten tulips and put them in a vase, they don't last. So I don't know if it's.
Them a fresh cut.
She's good about cutting.
Yeah.
Like they wilt over, or they just.
Yes. They just kind of droop. Yeah.
You could. So a lot of flowers do need to be hydrated. It does depend how they're grown a lot of the times too, like if it's mass produced. But if you want them to straighten out, you could always kind of like wrap it in paper and stick it in the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay.
Do that to like kind of straighten it. Or sometimes it is hard if it's just a bunch, but sometimes if I'm making an arrangement, I'll just kind of like, and it's kind of flopping over, but I know it's fresh and fine, I'll kind of just like balance it,
Yeah, right.
Like,
make them stand up. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's that. easy to clean. Snapdragons. Oh, you know what? Let me just show you real quick the best way to clean since we're doing that. So with the roses, I should have brought a rose stripper. Do you have one?
No.
It's really cool. I can send you the link for it. They're like,
Oh, I would love that.
they're really cheap. But basically, like some roses have thorns and some don't. So if you, I actually have I'll just send you my stuff. I have YouTube videos on all this, how to use it. So you can just reference that. But basically, it takes all the leaves down.
Oh, I
Yes,
need that.
We need that. Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. So for any greenery, you can pull it off. I would use the rose stripper. I personally take off the greenery just because I will arrange and then usually add in greenery, but that's just my own sort of aesthetic. To open them, sometimes I'll just give a blow blow.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
So, and a freelancer of mine taught me a cool trick because I used to go like that, which again, like the oil on your hands isn't so good for that. So she was like, you just go like this. And we all started doing it. And it's awesome. It opens it. It opens it like much bigger, you can see.
Right.
And then with these, you just want to cut everything on a slant so that it gets more surface space. That's the point. So that's really the point of that. And then let's see, tulips. I just give them a cut. If there's any dirt, which I'm sure you've seen, you just pull the leaves down. You know, I would just clean it. And then if I have a florist knife, sometimes or any knife, or use a Swiss Army knife, you can just kind of clean the sides.
Okay.
Maybe that's why they're dying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, the thing is for arranging, you never want any greenery or leaves below the water line, but I just say the top of the vase so it looks clean. So if there's any greenery in there, that will kind of crumble and create bacteria and kill the flowers.
Okay.
That's just something, like a design thing. And then, okay, so hydrangeas. Not sure if you know this either, but they drink through their petals.
Through their petals.
Did you know that?
Flowers, so we did not know that.
No.
That's my number one tip for basically flowers that everyone likes. So they drink through their petals. So they almost can't have enough water, and hydrangeas, especially in the heat, will the fastest. So if you are using it for an outdoor event, no amount of water or crowning glory, I use that a lot, nothing's gonna help. You know, it's gonna blow. But you want to either dunk it in a bucket or just run it under sink and shake it off, and this will keep them alive so much longer.
Oh my.
So you have to do that. Like if
every day?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you do that every day for them?
Oh, you do it when you first get it because it needs to sort of hydrate. And then, but the thing is, okay, if you had an arrangement of just hydrangeas, you could spray it with a water bottle every day. However, flowers like roses hate water, so it'll rot it. So you wouldn't want to do that on a mixed arrangement, but you can use crowning glory. You could spray it every couple days.
Okay. That's the one I ordered, the flower spray.
The crowning glory, okay.
Yeah, or whatever preservative. There's a couple of them. So yeah, that's that. It's very, very important. Like sometimes my designers don't do that. I'm not there, and then I go and I check, and I'm like, did you soak the hydrangeas? But they're being lazy. It makes a huge difference. So
if you soak them instead of rinsing them off, how long do you do that for?
you can leave them in there for, I don't know, however long you want, like hours, honestly. But I would just give it a dunk and then take it out usually.
Okay.
I mean, I arrange pretty fast, but it's not, they almost can't have enough water. So
Yeah. I should just spray them right now with the hose.
Or
think
we
I should
could
do that?
turn them upside
Oh,
down.
I mean,
No, we'll do it next time.
Yeah, you could, yeah. I mean, if you want, but
we're gonna get into flower sprays. Coming
Yeah.
to me.
So I would just, again, cut these. A tip about greenery, especially hydrangeas, sometimes they have leaves that go all the way down. And if you have a shorter arrangement, I'm not gonna, well, I guess I could do it with this. I would cut it right here so that the leaves are still on the stem. That's what you want. And then you can add it in after. You don't want to rip off the leaf and stick it in, or else it will wilt like in an hour or so.
Okay.
So that's that. And then if arranging with hydrangea, an easier trick, or if you want more of a traditional arrangement, is hydrangeas have a natural grid to them. So it has like a web, the smaller stems. So you could stick the flower through and then do like, 2 or 3, and in the vase it'll stay there and it'll just look more expensive. You do it with any flower.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
Yeah. And let's see. Okay. Sunflowers, I don't know if I'm gonna use them, but I have nothing to say about them. Cut them.
You see them a lot now. That's what you do.
Yeah. And sunflowers too. I just like a lot of flowers I just like to put a ton in a vase. And again, you would make the grid and then maybe fill it with like 5 bunches, and that way it would look pretty, because otherwise it's gonna just topple.
Oh, you froze.
What was it?
Forget that.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
It just says yeah, can hear you now. Okay. Got it. Yeah, you froze for a minute.
It's freezing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Turn it off and turn it on again.
You could try that.
Oh, I froze. I just saw the chat.
There we go.
Okay.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we're back. Yeah.
Okay, we're back.
It's cool that we can do this.
It is amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing, but like everyone's learning how to use their Zoom and
And I would teach private classes in New York or LA. I stopped doing group ones. So it's nice to just meet people from all over that, wouldn't really be there.
Exactly.
So you're by Chicago for your.
yes. Yeah.
So
In
Chicago
Chicago.
and Nashville have the most expensive flowers I've ever seen.
Really?
More than New York. Yeah, I did. I stopped there for like my book tour, whenever that was, I guess 4 years ago, and I went to Kennecott. Is that it out there? I don't know, but it was extremely expensive. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Was it
Yeah.
Kenilworth? Were you in Kenilworth maybe?
No, the wholesaler. It was.
Oh, the wholesaler. Okay.
Yeah, but I was like, this is insane. This is more than New York. Like, I can't, my mind was blown. And they said that the flowers were getting shipped from LA to Miami, divided up, and then sent to Chicago. So it's just, so much travel.
Oh, yeah, because we don't grow anything
Yeah.
except for corn.
Nashville is like, oh my God, extremely expensive. I was not prepared for that. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, LA has definitely the cheapest, and New York is expensive, but most of the flowers and wholesalers get Dutch imports. Like, that's a very popular thing. Whereas in LA, not really. Just
Got it.
Yeah, it's just a little side note. This is Dusty Miller.
Dusty Miller.
Yes.
Okay.
You probably maybe have seen this grown.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put that, make it an outside arrangement.
Pots.
These irises are so pretty, and I'm not really a huge fan, but I saw them and they're just so pretty.
What are those?
Irises, they're usually purple.
Oh, right. They're usually purple.
White. I love them.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
beautiful.
usually like purple or blue, and they take a long time generally to open. You kind of have to force it open.
Oh, those
So
are.
Wow.
yeah, these are
Oh,
super
wow.
pretty.
We're not going to find those.
Yeah, and actually, just a color tip is I mean, I kind of had, gave me a guideline, but sometimes I have trouble. So like this has yellow in
I
it.
see that.
Yeah, so that's why I got the yellow tulips.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So sometimes I'll want to pull something from there.
I found that challenging. Like I would have liked to have you in my little, I ended up at a florist. I went into their floral, where they
Yeah.
sell the flowers. And I was like, I need a color theme.
Right.
You can see a pretty rose in a certain color, but I couldn't really coordinate it with, because I don't know flowers well enough. So that was.
But the truth is I do too. Like where I went, did have a lot of roses and colors, and I was kind of overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to do kind of like a pink yellow thing. So it takes me a really long time too. Like I do what people do. Like I'll just stand around, like see what might look good, and sometimes what you don't think looks good. So sometimes I'll try to remember little combinations, but I feel the same.
Yeah. Okay, good. Makes me feel better. Thank you.
Yeah. And it's always like, if all else fails, monochromatic or something, whites and greens.
Well, we wanted to learn how to arrange, but the truth is that I wanted to take this apothecary vase, and I got her the 3 sizes and just put the blue hydrangeas in them because I knew that she'd be wowed by just that. But getting to meet you and learn is really fabulous.
But I do think, like, especially, I don't know if you're having dinner party or something, just flowers by bunches, it is really pretty.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's always good.
Flowers by bunches.
I love Ireland, which you have. I used to use these all the time. Not anymore, but I love them. So these actually do wilt fast, the tips of them a lot. And most flowers are just affected by heat. So that's that. But something to keep in mind. Let's see. Okay. Like this one's super long, and it would be way too long for the space. So sometimes, or delphinium or anything super long, I cut it in 2 parts so that I can use both and get the most bang for the buck. This is a little bit wilty, so just for demo. So I would just take the greenery, and then same thing, I would just pull down the blooms and extend it. Where'd it go? Okay, so I would use the prettier part for the outside, but if I needed to fill a space or add in the color, at least I have this little part too. Because sometimes you just want to add color. So that's just something to think about for long stems in a short vase. And then snapdragons, anything with a soft petal, you want to just strip down the leaves like rosemary. So I would just give it a cut, kind of eyeball it, always veer on the longer side, and then just strip it down. And if you had a knife, you could also clean it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's those.
Carly, I'm just curious, how did you get into this business?
Oh God. Well, let's see.
Did you always have you always done this?
No, I moved to LA and I had worked randomly at a flower shop, and then I didn't know what I was like going to acting classes, all that. And I didn't know what I wanted to do. And so I'm trying to think. I went back to school. I ended up graduating from UCLA, but I worked at this place right near my apartment where I was living. It was a flower shop restaurant. It was awesome. And I had dated some entrepreneurs, so I had in my mind that I wanted to be my own boss and just have the freedom. And so I thought I was going to do a food business, but then I was at this flower shop restaurant and they put me in the flowers because I'd already worked at a flower shop, and I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. And I was like, I want this. This is the kind of thing I want. And then I went to Mark's Garden, which is really famous in LA. And I was only a sales girl. I just wanted to see the business side. So it's kind of like learning that. And I always say I'm in the business of flowers rather than a designer. Like I'm good at design, but the people I hire are better generally. So
That's okay. It's like, you
That's
know to
wonderful.
do that. That's smart.
I always say like I had some knack for it, or else I wouldn't have a flower business, because it was just me the first years, like hauling everything, designing, I was doing some weddings and stuff like that. And yeah, so I graduated in 2008 again, because I took a couple years off. And so we had the recession, and my roommate was just like, oh, just started out our apartment. I was like, all right. And I mean, I was pretty broke the first few years, but I was just, doing daily arrangements. I started doing weddings because that was easy to get into, and doing a lot of lower end weddings, like a ton. And then I was hiring some freelancers, and then I moved to New York, and I had 2 PR from clients just through acquaintances I knew in LA, and they had offices in New York. And so I was still a little bit lost. Like I knew I wanted to get my book published and go through an agent and all of that, but I felt really lost at the time. I was just waitressing, and anyhow, I met those 2 clients, started hiring me. So I went to 28th Street where the Flower Mart is, and I was just like walking around like a little kid. And then I found a space there that I still use per event, so I don't have overhead. And then I started teaching classes at Brooklyn Brainery, and then I found some freelancers through there. And then, so it's pretty crazy, but those few, I couldn't get the work I wanted, like the work that I was doing, like the flower walls and all the cool stuff. And I started getting that in New York, and it was because all the magazine editors were there. So like the companies were putting on for the editors, and then people started to know me for that. And so then I moved back to LA, but now it's just bloggers and influencers, Instagram
Right.
people. Like there's no editors really that I do stuff for. And so that's kind of like the long and short of it, but I've had it now. I'm 37. I started when I was 26. So like,
Done.
Wow, congratulations.
That's
That's
amazing.
wonderful.
Yeah.
so that's kind of like the path, but it was, a lot of,
Yeah, it's still going. So that's amazing.
maybe I don't know what's going to happen after all this, to be honest. I don't know.
I know. It is
Yeah.
unpredictable.
Everyone's in the same boat. Like I
Right.
talked to some of my friends that, in New York, and they're doing stuff, but for me, it's like, I don't know, like they're doing like micro weddings and all that, but it's a lot of work for not that much. And
So I think that people now, because they're home, they do want to have more, beauty in their home.
right.
So I don't know if that's something to take on for you and just move in that direction
Yeah.
versus like the events.
Yeah. I mean, I do like love talking to people and doing all that. So yeah, hopefully it'll be. How did you find me, Marla?
Well, my sister loves things, we both do, that are fancy. And, it wasn't really very hard to find you, to be honest, because
What did you Google?
Oh, I actually had our daughter do it because, she's 24 and she's super tech and savvy. And I can't remember, like fancy flower arrangers or something like that. Glamorous flower arrangers, something.
I mean,
Yeah.
I follow certain floral
Yeah.
people in the world, and well, Flower Box is one of them, where Marla got these vases, and you're probably familiar with her because she's in New York. Well, she's from London.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But I think that I've always tried to find like the right like monthly arrangement or like weekly, and that's really hard to do because you can
like
find
subscription?
Yeah, like subscriptions. They haven't been that great.
No. Yeah, I mean, there's so many out there, and one wanted to partner with me and do, like, I forget what they were calling it. Not the Flower Chef. It was something like that, but it was a terrible business deal for me. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. However, I do remember researching a bunch. In Chicago, I don't know if they're still in business. It was like World of Flowers or something.
Yeah, I haven't heard of them. Yeah.
They were by the wholesaler, and they did really good stuff, and they give back a ton, like a lot of their profits to different organizations. But I remember them having really nice work.
That's nice.
There are a ton. I wouldn't know about, the national companies I'm not really sure,
Yeah.
Like, there was one that they were like, oh, we sourced everything from this farm in Ecuador. And I was at the New York Mart. I freaking saw on the rack, like, that name. I'm like, you are not getting this. I don't know where this came from, but it's not from the mountain in Ecuador,
Terrible.
Okay.
Misrepresentation. Yeah. You don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't really know about that stuff, but the World Flowers, I think that was what it was called.
We'll look that up.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, now let me get to your flowers. I'm gonna come.
Do you want to come over?
Yeah, come over. We'll have some mimosas.
Should we lay them down, maybe?
Yeah. So, yes, I guess you're not looking at the flowers. Do you want to look at them, or
Here, well, we can.
or
I'll
should we
leave-
just like grab the ones? So if there's lilies and the hydrangeas and we also have these little roses.
Oh, those are they? Let me see. Spray roses.
Yes.
Those purple ones are gorgeous.
Yeah, so pretty.
Oh my gosh, spray roses are.
A hostess gift for me.
Yeah, they're one of my favorite things to arrange with because they're so pretty and it just adds a lot of texture.
Yeah, I was thinking that would be a really perfect addition.
Yeah.
Did my sister show you these? Like, so I got these for greenery pretty much, but then they have these little succulents in them.
Oh yeah, it's super
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, I thought that was cute. We could add that to something.
Are they wired or like a stick is?
Oh no,
The
they're
succulents are
I just
on-
have them
on, like,
rubber
a
banded
stick.
together. Yeah. Oh, the succulents.
Yeah, the succulents.
So let me look.
Yeah, they're on like see that green stick.
It's always interesting to see how.
See this face for me?
Yes.
Do you remember it?
Yes. How do you like living in Nashville?
I loved it. I love it, but it was just getting like, man, too small. Like I had to get out of there. I was going nuts because everything shut down, so all the live music or the things people do, can't really do. Yeah. Have you been?
No, I've never been to Nashville.
No.
No. A lot of people go there, for weekends and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
If you ever want to go, I have a whole list of stuff, but it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
very cool town. They're expanding like crazy, and the thing is I think the population's like 600,000. It's not that big for such a major place. Everyone kind of knows everyone. It's very. I learned that it's like unbelievable that you're just like, wait, how this? What? Yeah. So you have to, and also not used. Like I am not used to the Southern way, and so
Right.
So different.
oh my God, I'll say what's on my mind. And like, we were just, like looking and they'll, and even saying like, yes, ma'am, no, sir.
Right.
I was like, how do I, how does this work?
Yeah.
Especially if you're not from there. It's
Yeah.
so different.
And, people are so nice. Like they're known for being nice. So it's an easy place to make friends, like, cause people just like, come over and
Exactly.
that sort of thing. But they are very like, it's just different.
Slower. Yeah. So my husband was born in Mississippi and raised in Louisiana.
Yeah.
And when we started dating, I thought I was gonna have to just run around for 2 miles because you're not used to going at that pace and it's all very
Oh, I know. People don't honk there, especially
Yeah.
from LA where everyone honks. And I'm just like, this is a good meditation practice. It's fine.
That's
But
right.
I'm just, it's very hard to adjust if I go to New York or LA and then go back. So,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Where in LA are you in? What part?
well, I had always lived on the West Side. So I lived in Venice for a few years. I always lived like that way. And then I just was so unhappy there. I tried the east side for a little bit. And then after being there, my studio was downtown, so it was convenient. But I was just like, I can't be here anymore. And I had been to Nashville a bunch, and I just bought a place and didn't know anyone. And I didn't really know I was going to end up moving there.
Wow. That's good.
So yeah,
Anything.
yeah. Yeah, it was kind of crazy because I met my ex-boyfriend like a month before the pandemic, and then it was just not a good time to meet someone. So
It's very hard.
it was
No,
very hard.
It's too much togetherness for any relationship.
Yeah, it was like after a month, and then it just, I mean, it was kind of good because it brought up, you know, things that probably would have come up, but it was not I don't know if the pandemic didn't happen, how I think we would probably still be there. I don't know, but
Yeah.
yeah. So
Things, you just
Yeah.
have to let them happen because
Yeah, things happen for a reason.
that's right, always.
yeah. So anyway, that's my
Well,
person.
you're so adorable. You need someone very special.
Oh, thank you.
Gotta hold out for the right person.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Sure. We tell our kids that. So we would.
Well, it is hard, like the older you get and all that stuff, but it's still
Yeah. It's hard at any stage, I think. But yeah.
But you're so youthful and young.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The right person will come
Yeah.
into your life.
Yeah.
Maybe not right now because you don't want to share anything that's not so positive, like viruses and stuff.
Yeah. How did you meet your Southern husband?
Oh, so both my sister and I, we went to the University of Illinois. We were 3 years apart. We met both of our husbands in college. We were all in college together at the same time. And
That's so easy. And not easy, but like,
yeah, it's unique.
I feel like that's so common, you know? And
Is it? Yeah.
For our generation.
Yeah.
I feel like now, it's just not
No.
much.
Right.
And people don't, I don't know, I guess if it's, you really value family and all that, and that's kind of,
Right. It's all about the values. You are so right.
yeah.
And then, as it turns out, our son is married, and he married a girl from the Valley. So she's, she went to college with him, but she was from California.
Oh, okay. So where do they live?
They actually live in rural Pennsylvania because our son is doing a medical residency at a level 1 trauma center there, and they're so happy. They love this, how simple their life is, and it's very social. They don't have to wear masks, or the whole town is based on being part of the medical community. So everyone there is very in tune with that. So their life is it's actually kind of idyllic, and it makes you like see that young, vivacious love and get to channel those vibes. Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
No. Okay. I'll get back to.
I know. We're socializing, which is fun.
Yeah. Okay. What else? What do we have? We looked
So,
at,
the little.
seconds were on the stick.
Yeah, there's a couple of these.
Those are the Scabiosa, I think.
These, yeah.
Oh no, that's thistle. That's blue.
So yeah. And then we have some of these like just for I don't know, for greenery.
That's my favorite greenery.
Yeah. I saw this in your arrangement, and I found it at Whole Foods.
It's really ruscus, and the main reason I like it is because that greenery, only that one, there's Italian ruscus, it will last like 3 months in a vase. Like, it's insane. And so because I was traveling a lot, I just have like greenery vases around my home, mainly that. Yeah, so that's why I like that one.
That's good to know. Yeah.
And I got 2 bunches of that. And then they had a little baby's breath, and then a little of this, like what looks sort of like a weed to me, actually. It's very weedy looking, but it looked good with the thistle, I thought, and I wanted the thistle. So, and then the blue hydrangeas and the white hydrangeas. Oh, and those little the Lizzies, is that what they're called?
Oh yeah, those are great for. Okay, so your aesthetic is more not rustic, but like country farm. Right?
What do you like?
I mean, I'm just more like, I like the more relaxed nature, I wouldn't say, but yeah, kind of rustic, farmish.
Yeah,
more.
so those, if you pick it up, you'll see how there's multiple blooms, on multiple stems.
Yeah.
And those are great for rustic arrangements because you can have it a little bit longer. They're a pain if you're making something super tight and modern because you can really only use like one flower. You have to cut all the little ones off just to have that. So that's why I like to use it for more wildflowers. And they do bend, which some people think, it's wilting, but it's not. You just have to make sure all the greenery's off.
Right. But I love hydrangeas are my favorite, especially the blue ones. So I'm always trying to get them to stay blue. But and the white lilies, really, I love those because the fragrance is unbelievable.
Yeah, I do too. I used to not, but I do now. Those and I'm not sure if you know this, but you have to pull out the pollen.
Yeah, the little orange thing.
So do you pull that out in the beginning?
As soon as you can see it, like if one's even just opening like that, I'll reach in and get it because if that falls, it stains really bad.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
people are allergic to it too, I think.
Yeah, I think
my husband may be allergic to it, and so he used to not be able to have them. But once we realized you could remove it, then here they are.
Oh,
yeah.
And then I guess one of my favorite all-time flowers is a peony.
Yes, well, they're everyone's.
Yeah.
Everyone's. Like some people will schedule their wedding around that.
Yeah,
right.
Totally. You know what else is really pretty is dahlias.
Oh my God, I love those.
I love those too. And I was trying to get some, but they were out. And they're a flower. So and peonies have like such a short season.
Yeah, I was reading about that, the seasons of the flowers. And another thing I really wanted for this arrangement, but to be honest, they were so expensive, the ranunculus.
Oh, ranunculus?
Yeah, those make anything look good.
Oh my God, those are phenomenal.
Each one was $6.
They were really big.
They weren't big, but like each little flower was $6.
And they were small ones?
And they were kind of small, so I didn't get them because
no. And a lot of stuff like that people will get out of season because they'll get shipped from all over the world just because there's a demand. So that I usually just buy if it's available because that should not be more than like, I don't know, $10 a bunch or maybe.
Right. That's what I figured. $6 a flower was
that's a lot. That's a lot.
Well, the bigger.
In New York, when they get them from Holland or sometimes I think from Japan, which lets me, they're like that big. So they're
gorgeous.
They're really pretty. But that's normally they're just like the little ones. So I usually will always add in the spray roses or ranunculus or something like that after. And just while it's on the top of my head, something to think about is, which is logical, whatever you add in last is the first thing you see. So I'll take like the most prominent flowers or the best ones and I'll save them. Same if you just had like a pop of color, like a pop of plum. I'll just put that to the side because then I can sort of arrange it so that that's what you see. And generally when I arrange, everything's like a generalization because it just depends, but you would start biggest to smallest is the easiest.
Okay.
And then sort of layer in from there. Okay. And then for lilies, so for them to force open, because sometimes they're closed, and this is really if you have an event or a party, you could put those in hot water and in direct sunlight. So to force open flowers, you give them a cut, you put them in hot water, not boiling. But if I really need it for that day or the next day, I'll basically change it out. So I'll keep putting in the hot water and that'll help force it open. You can also, with lilies, it's a little tricky. You can sort of pinch the top and peel back each one. You would do that with irises too. So sometimes you can like ruin it that way.
And how about hot water for hydrangeas? Is that help that?
So I don't do that at all, but David Stark, who's like a huge florist in New York, I freelance. He's the only person I worked for as a designer. And I had his books. I was like starstruck. But he does, we did a huge event. I forget where, it was massive. And I saw them, they did put their hydrangeas in boiling water, like almost boiling water. And I guess to just open them more, but I don't do that
Okay.
at all.
Yeah, I read that it extends their life.
I guess because it's what it's doing is it's almost like shocking it. So like the stems are really woody, so it's probably making it go up faster.
Water, yeah, permeates it.
I don't know. I'm always like, I don't want to like put my flowers in super hot water, or people will say put bleach or like soda or whatever, and I'm just like, they just need clean water.
Yeah,
If it comes with flower food, use it because it's good, but it's having clean water will make the difference.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, I was gonna add on to that. No, I forgot. What were we just saying?
Hot water to open the lilies, and then
Please.
hydrangeas, and then
I don't know. It'll come to me.
Oh.
okay.
Yeah, basically you said start with the biggest
Yeah,
flowers.
thanks.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, the only other weird trick accidentally I found were, do you know anemones? They're like round with the black center.
Sure.
I think that was in New York. They were pretty hard to open even in hot water, and I think the room was hot and the actual air temperature made them open. I never really tell people that, but that's the only thing, because normally that would kill flowers. It would make them wilt if it's too hot. Only tropical.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Okay, back with you.
Oh yeah, so only like really normally tropical flowers like heat. So it's just something to think about, and you can force open pretty much anything. Even like David Stark, like I mentioned, we'll put it in indirect sunlight, you know, because if the sun will kill it. So yeah.
Okay.
What else do you have?
Let's see. We have
Yeah, I think that's it.
the little purple ones, right? Did I take that out?
No.
You know what style you like? It's like more like English garden.
Whoa!
Yes,
That is what
okay.
you like.
I
It
actually,
is true.
I still think about this one
Oh my
place
gosh.
we went to.
Sorry, Cassidy. She's
Wonder if you can
weird.
turn the. Oh no.
Better not touch it.
Um,
We're both in it, but not together.
Yeah, we were in the English countryside
Oh,
for a little bit.
Ah.
At this place in right outside of London, basically.
okay.
And
We would recommend it.
yeah,
Prince
I mean,
Charles and Prince Harry and Prince William, they practice their polo on their horses right across the street, literally.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
yeah,
But the whole property is set on a most amazing garden.
yeah. So you're right, English countryside.
That's it.
More like, because I feel like what's trendy here more is like wildflower, like side of the road.
Oh,
sort of
Yeah,
thing.
that's in Nashville, right?
Like in the country. Like a lot
Yeah.
of people just like the super wild, but I think my preferred design style is just rustic modern. That's what I call it. Like I like the variety, probably English garden, but I like to have a little bit of dimension and heights, you know?
Yes, yeah, I
Yeah.
like that too.
So, okay,
Okay.
are there any other
I
flowers?
think we have the ones you have. What are these called again? The green ones?
The
Bells of Ireland.
Bells of Ireland.
Bells
thank
of
you.
Ireland.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's make the grid. So you can make it before or after you add water, but I will mainly always do it before, because if
Okay.
the vase is damp at all, the grid will fall off. Now this is waterproof tape, and it's stronger than Scotch tape.
Oh, perfect.
So if
Would you like more water?
I'm good so far.
I'm going to move your small vase inside. So it doesn't go broken.
Okay.
This will be reaching, for the flowers.
Yeah,
You need
put
anything?
that
You want
there.
some nuts or anything?
No, I'm good. Here, you can take this in. Oh, you got it? Should we take our bows off, or can we leave them on?
Oh, yeah. If you can take it off and then put it on after,
Take it off. Okay.
because it's at the top of the like base, right?
Yeah, you can actually push it down too.
You just need to have maybe like a 1/4 inch because you're gonna have to put the grid
Oh, the tape.
up. Yeah, the tape.
So my older daughter lives in Los Feliz.
Oh, nice. That's gorgeous. I love that area.
Yeah, she really likes it.
Yeah, super pretty.
And then our youngest is a senior at USC.
Oh, wait. So you have a lot of family, or
Well, I have 2 and my sister has 2.
okay, that are in LA.
So no, her daughter, my niece, is actually here now with us.
Right.
But she went to school in Atlanta.
Okay.
So she's doing work here virtually. And then my nephew and his wife are the ones that are in Pennsylvania now,
Oh, okay.
finishing up his medical residency.
Yeah. Okay. So both your kids are in LA.
Both my girls are.
Oh, that's nice that you can see them like together.
It's so nice. Yeah.
That's
So-
really cool.
Yeah, the younger one kind of followed her sister out there.
Yeah.
And yeah, my older daughter, she's a film director.
Oh, she is?
She is.
What kind of stuff does she shoot?
She does independent work. So she did her own full feature.
Oh,
And she's writing. So she's working on other projects as well.
yeah.
And she just had the opportunity to assist Olivia Wilde just on a new project that she's working on, and it's somebody that she had really aspired to meet because she looks up to her as, you know, a mentor.
That's so cool. Did she study film?
You didn't want to take it off?
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
You want to leave it on?
No,
Leave
no.
it on.
That's, yeah, I was gonna take it off. She
You
did.
want to take it
Yeah, she went to school. That's how she ended up out in California.
At USC?
She went to Chapman University.
Oh, that's a great film school. I have.
Yeah. She loved it.
That's so cool. Oh my
Yeah,
God. Look her up.
We go to California a lot. We used to travel a lot, but they're no longer doing that.
So
Yeah.
every time I'm there, I'm just like, the girls laugh at me because I'll walk into like a Bristol Farms and I'll just be like, you know, the flowers that you can get there.
Yeah, they're so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sort of lived in that area once when I was really young, but I can't wait to look at her stuff because I love writing. I was doing this writing class, but I'm kind of working on more like a Schitt's Creek, The Office style writing.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, that's like her favorite, like
Really?
Seth's
Oh,
Office, and she's just,
Yeah.
she probably has every episode memorized basically.
You know what we're watching now is the 3 of us, because our daughter is, I was saying, is she's still quarantining with us. She lives in Atlanta, Georgia. Community.
oh, okay, yeah.
Did you ever watch it?
You know what? I can't get into it, but I should because
I think if you stick with it, you will really like it. But it was the same thing with Schitt's Creek. We couldn't really get
yeah,
into
that one,
it.
yeah.
It takes a little time.
But then now I think I've watched it through twice, maybe. So
But yeah.
yeah, I'll have to try Community.
Yeah.
Just because
Because-
it's similar.
Yeah, well, we loved 30 Rock, and she had already seen it once all the
Oh.
way through, but she did it for a second time with us, and we were so obsessed. And we're trying to look for something similar because you want something uplifting, you know. And
Yeah.
now we're more invested in Community. As the season goes on, it gets better and better.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah,
Love
it's
that
super
one.
fun. But you know,
I can screenshot because the lighting looks so good. Ew, my hair.
oh, yeah, she's recording this for us.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
awesome.
recording it, so I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
Oh,
that is
thanks.
so
Yeah,
amazing.
That's awesome.
That's why I was like, Jess,
Yeah. Okay.
without giving it away.
You can show it to your friends. Okay, let's do the grid.
Okay, perfect.
Um,
Fun, right?
Yeah. So fun.
You should look at
one
the
second.
blue jay. He's swimming.
It's over there.
Yeah, he's in that tree.
Have you seen him?
I mean, I could see him a little bit. Oh, look, your crystal's peeking up out of your water. Oh, that looks so cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's so pretty.
Okay, so your vases are, it's dry, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the tape and I'll do it the proper way. You're gonna go once around the top. So you will, debating if this is a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch, you will see the tape, but the flowers will usually always cover it. If it doesn't, I'll just add like a touch of greenery, but you actually have the bow, so that's good. So we're gonna go once around, right, once around the top.
Oh my gosh, that's way to double stick. Did you keep double stick, Carly?
What was that?
Did you keep double stick, or are you just putting it down? Like there's only one sticky side, right?
Yes, there's
Yeah, this is what she sent me the link for this. Okay. Yeah.
So just put it around the edge.
Yeah, now the reason we're doing that is because the grid will last on the base probably for 2 or 3 times. So when you take out the flowers, you can reuse the grid. But then when you take it off the base, it's just easier to take it off. Kind of.
What's the reason for doing it?
And then I like to do it. Okay, the tape you have, I think it's Oasis brand, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the best, and it's so weird, but any other tape isn't good. So mine's, I don't know, it's a weird brand.
It's a 1/4 of an inch, ours. It's
Okay, yeah, so go around, and then I generally will make the grid part 1 inch apart. So the diameter of your base is what, like 6 inches maybe?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So you could do a 3 by 3. So what I do is you want to pull it really tight.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go 3 across. It doesn't matter if it's exact because no one's seeing it. So I'm telling you this.
Bad tape, Carly. Gotta invest in the Oasis.
Oh my gosh. I know I went down there. I was like, where's the Oasis brand at this wholesaler?
I know, right?
They didn't have it.
Oh, good. No judgment.
Ugh.
Just for fun.
So I'm going to do 3
Oh, 3 across. Okay.
3 across, and then 3 the other way. So if you had a like 3 or 4 inch base, you could just make a 2 by 2. It doesn't have to be exact. You could go 3 one way, 2 the other way. So that's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
3 and 3.
Yeah. And then I go once around the top again, and that's to secure the pieces. So once around, pulling it tight.
These are so cute. Yeah, they're beautiful. I want it all the way to this picture.
Well, if you were having like, I don't know, big party or something, you can always do the prep of the flowers and the vase ahead of time.
Yeah.
You take prepping the flowers and then the vase is what takes the longest. Usually the arranging part goes pretty fast.
Okay.
So you can see that's what mine looks like.
Beautiful.
Okay. And then afterwards, you can fill it with water. I usually fill it about 3/4, or I leave 1 inch or so because, it's going to raise the water line when you add the stems. But the flowers, especially hydrangeas, are going to drink a lot. So I would, once it's arranged, I would make a little hole and then add in new water the next day.
Oh, after you put them in. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just going to do this quickly.
Yeah, we'll be right back. We're going to go fill our vases inside the house. Oh, I think we'll do it. Okay. You sure? Yeah.
want to come in? Yeah, come on in, baby. Oh boy. Oh, good boy. We'll be right back. Okay, come on in. Oh. Want some water?
Yeah, I'm so happy that we're able to do it outside.
Oh my God, it makes it amazing.
Yeah, it's an extra special dimension. I just was so afraid, like with the.
There's no bees.
Look at.
I know. Can't say anything. Okay. Okay, we're back.
Oh, I'm just.
You didn't need the socks, okay?
Yeah, I'm not
Little
good at
sandals
all.
or anything?
That's okay. So I always make like such a mess. Okay. So I'm trying to think of. I'll teach you more asymmetrical first. Now, if you like, okay, as a general rule, if you like a lot of texture, then I always say to mix, oh, these aren't very round, but round and then pointy flowers. If you want something traditional, then I would stick to all round, like hydrangeas, roses, ranunculus, just to make it, like a traditional type arrangement. And then if you like real wildflowers, if you just did all tall, like pointy ones, it would give kind of that side of the road look. So what I
Texture, I do. I think it's nice to have the texture.
I should get a picture of you.
I think it's nice to have the texture with the different
yeah,
dimensions.
I do too. And that could be anything. Like I don't really have a formula for like how many types of flowers, how many colors. It's just kind of like whatever you feel. So, okay, let's see here. All right, I'm gonna show you first. Here, I'll wait.
We're taking photos.
Oh,
I want to document for my nieces and stuff.
Yeah.
how are you taking photos?
With our phones.
Oh,
Just right now. Why isn't it-
show me them.
Doesn't that work? Is that your new phone?
what's wrong?
It worked.
It did?
Yeah.
I don't think you can ever notice that my fingers are actually touching it. You know what I mean?
Okay. We'll take one together.
Oh, sorry. Oh, keep going. I'm good. This is for my. This is all about my sister.
Do you want to take one from, like, will you take one from behind her? Because I want to see what I look like on your thing.
Yeah. So like from here. From here.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's you. Oh yeah, that's cute. And then I get to get both of you. That's really cute.
And I took one of the screen.
Okay, good. Okay, say hi. Oh yeah, you look cute. Beautiful. Okay, that was fun.
Stage, not stage. But. Okay, so when you, as a general rule, but it doesn't apply now because everything, the arrangement shouldn't be more than twice the height of the vase, meaning, so if this is 6 inches, the highest it should be is probably around there. But that's not true anymore. That's kind of like how it was 10 years ago, because now we have such wild things. You just want to make sure it's balanced and is not going to tip over, which with these vases, it really won't. But if it was like a tall, skinnier one, you really want to make sure that the weight is balanced. And you should keep in mind beforehand where you're going to place it, because often people will start arranging and then they have like a one-sided arrangement, which is fine if it's going up against a wall or like an entry. But if you want it 360 or anything like that, then it is good to stand back, turn it every now and then just to make sure. If I'm doing something for like a bar or something like that, usually I'll make it like 3/4 and then just shove greenery in the back. It doesn't really matter. So it's just a good idea to think about where you're going to put it, and then that'll determine.
So much time.
Yeah,
It's like
excellent
it's
point.
like a ring. Like if you don't see it, why put diamonds on the bottom?
Yeah, good analogy.
So it's like, yeah, at that point, a lot of the stuff we're just kind of making it, it's just like, okay, so it's always better to cut on the longer side. I definitely cut flowers too short. I'll just demo it for you first before
Okay.
So I'm gonna show you a couple different ways. So I'll give it, I'll eyeball it. It's probably too long. I'll take off any of the greenery that would be below the top of the vase. It doesn't matter for any style you're arranging. It doesn't matter which square that you put the stem in, just as long as it holds it, basically. So even if they're all in the center, that's okay. So if you wanted something more asymmetrical, I would start with a pointy flower, whether it's a Bells of Ireland or
Yeah. Put it in the middle.
if I'm starting with the greenery, it doesn't matter what you start with. I would do And then I'll cut a second one, and I call it making a V or an L. And I'll kind of just create, you can see it's pretty asymmetrical.
And are you putting those in the center grid, Carly?
I am. The thing with flower arranging is it's so much easier to work fast because the flowers still have to hold each other up. So I know that, say this was cool, I can always flip it. And then I would basically, if I want something really rustic, I'll usually start with the greenery first and then add in flowers. But like I said, I just personally usually start with the flowers.
I think that looks too cool.
No, I mean it's a tall vase.
Yeah, you're right.
So you can do something like that. Now in floral design and all design, odd numbers look better. So
Yes, that's what they told me.
All design.
Yeah, all design. It's true. House design. That's right.
So I'll usually do, it doesn't have to be exact, but I could do like 2 and 3. So like it just has to look balanced. So
Yeah.
say I'm gonna start with something like this. Then I'm gonna fill it in with lower stems, shorter stems. So you can see that this is shorter, and so I'll kind of make it go out with the shorter in between. You can also, again, with the snapdragons, you could start with that. It all just depends on what you're using. And sometimes I'll follow the lines.
Dragons.
Yeah, we don't have any snapdragons, but they did.
We've
have-
got the,
Here, let's use
oh, we
these,
had
Libby.
those, Mar. I think we did. Yeah,
Yeah.
here they are, these.
Those are
Those are like-
Lysianthium.
Oh yeah, you can add those in. You just want to make sure that it's a variety of height. So
Should we add these, Carly? Do you think this would be good? Or do you think we should do more like floral stuff?
yeah, you can add that in. I would cut it, well, they're kind of short, right?
Yeah, you're right. They are kind of short. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Keep them out. You could fill them on the outer if you want.
Okay. Or do you think now that we have these in, what are these called again?
Those are called the bells. the
Oh, Bells of Ireland.
bells of Ireland.
Yeah.
You can
So-
make one on, like one of them a little bit shorter instead of it.
Okay.
Also, like bend flowers. So especially with the Bells of Ireland, I'll give it a little nudge. You don't want to snap it, but you can see which I
Yes.
do, different heights and different shapes. And again, after you're done arranging, you can always kind of flowers around.
Okay.
And then say I'm using the seed with this. It's good to have some type of filler flower. I mean, it just depends if that would be stock or hydrangeas or something just to take up the space because, you know, the bigger the vase, the more space. So here's the seed. This is kind of what you're asking about the ruscus,
Oh, yeah.
that draping over the sides. And I'm just
Oh,
building
yeah.
Thank you.
it's hard when you don't really know. you're
So,
What is it?
you know. So you can see that, and then I would just kind of fill it in.
This?
Also be mindful of how much you have to work with.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna remove like this little guy, put off
Oh,
the side. I'm gonna put it off to the side because I could always put this in like a bed base or something.
yeah, that's true. So, there's.
Okay, so with these again, they're pretty floppy.
Correct.
So I'm just,
So-
you can see taking some space there.
yeah, she does have some color though. Let's put some-
Huh?
So do you think like, are we thinking like something like this right now? Or are you thinking something
Yeah,
like,
that would be pretty.
would it? Or do you think we should stick more like with this?
I personally like
This
very
one.
greenery
Yeah,
and
me too. This is weedy, doesn't it?
hmm?
I think it looks a little too
This
weedy,
one looks weedy,
particularly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, take it off then. Yeah, maybe cut that bells. Oh,
This
The-
one.
one of them shorter, maybe the bendy one. Or
This one?
lean it more over.
This one here.
This one
Maybe you have to put it in a different square to make it more angled down.
Oh yeah, that's what I did. I put it in a different square.
Yeah, sometimes, and that's the thing, like, especially with arranging, and you're gonna have to just pull out the stems, recut it, because it's the first time you're making it. You know, you don't have the first one's always the hardest.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, so even if I'm making a sample, it's gonna take me so long because I don't really know what it's gonna be. But if you were doing this again, you would have the game plan. So a lot of people that are like type A or can get frustrated, I'm just like, look, it's flowers. You're gonna have to, you
That's
run,
why we meditate, Carly. So
And
we're
also,
just like whatever.
yeah,
You know?
you can't be perfect, right? It is nature.
You gotta be happy.
Grow.
So there's no perfect. Once you give that up, there's a lot of freedom.
if you run out of flowers and there's too much,
Sorry. It's Cassidy's supervisor calling her.
oh,
Yes, that was Gordon.
oops. The only way to solve that, if you run out of flowers and you have a big vase, like say you wanted to do the all hydrangeas, you just have to cut it shorter and create.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that it
To make it
stays up.
tighter.
I don't really have a like. That's it.
Not a rule.
That's it. So I'm gonna show you. That's more rustic. So you're working on that one together, right?
No,
Oh.
we're each doing our own.
Can you?
Oh, I can.
Yeah.
Oh, baby, that's so sweet.
Oh my
Go get
gosh.
on the
Thank
call with
you.
you.
Okay.
You can shake them up.
Did you put tincture
One
on?
of them, I put tinctures in both, but one of them has apple cider vinegar and one doesn't. I can't remember. I think this is the one I gave you. That vinegar. Again, this is wrong.
Right.
Really quickly, I'm gonna X out of my Slack on here so that you guys don't have to see every time I get called.
Cass, we like to know.
It's probably really annoying. I've gotten like 10 calls here.
Not a lot.
Okay, here, I'm going to show you mine so far, Carly.
Great. Do you like? I mean, how are you feeling about it?
No, I have no judgment on it. You could guide me. This is for you to help me, feel the creativity.
Sometimes when you're starting, you just have to keep adding, keep doing faster because people will be like, "Oh, it looks like crap" or whatever. I'm like, just keep adding.
Okay. So should we go with flowers now?
Yep, you can add it in. I want to show you though as another option. Gosh, these are already bloating. Doing the hydrangeas. So again, starting with the bigger flowers first, and I'm gonna create something just a little bit more round for you to see.
Yes. Doug, that was so sweet. Thank you so much. So we're showing you what we're drinking now. Do you ever try this? My sister turned me on to it. It's called it's a powder called Goop Glow. You know Goop, Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah, we love it. It's like a pick-me-up. We always have it at a certain time of day because we start craving it. And it's just a powder. You mix it with water and ice and shake it up.
It's really vitamin C.
Yeah, we like to, in our family, we add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar because it's healthy. Yeah, and we just drink it with some ice cubes in there, and it's refreshing. Just mentioning it or showing you.
Is it like hydrating or energizing, or you just?
What do you think?
It's not like
I mean, my husband says it's Tang, basically, but
tastier.
I seem to think it gives me energy.
I do too.
And I think it's hydrating and
Yes.
all that good stuff.
Yes, my sister turned me on to it. Now we have to drink it every day. Never run out.
like Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I got? Do you know Laird Hamilton?
No. Oh, Laird Hamilton? Yeah, who's married to Gabrielle Reese?
Yeah.
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 So he has a company called Laird Superfood, and
Oh, yeah.
have you heard of that?
My husband got some of the cream, like the collagen creamers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you try?
Like dehydrated coconut, like coconut water, basically. And I don't know, I was like addicted to that for a long time.
Wow.
But
You felt really hydrated.
you're just like, feel like you need it.
Yeah. Well, pick me up.
That's
So it's good.
nice.
Okay, so let's see.
Now she's showing us how to do a round ring.
Okay.
Like start with
We
this.
start with these. And now the thing is, especially when you're making something a little bit more round, a little bit more traditional but still has texture, you can use the flower as the guide so that you don't have to keep measuring. So what I'll do is I'll just eyeball it against the edge, and I'll keep some greenery. If I was doing like all white, I would remove it all, but I'm gonna take off the leaves with my thumb and then add it in. So I want it to be, I know I'm gonna add in other flowers, but I want it to be towards the edge of the vase, obviously, to cover it. Oh my gosh, I don't know, I'm like blanking. Maybe I need that goop.
Good flow.
Good flow.
No, you'll try it.
Or,
You'll text us and let us know.
Or
Email.
some mushroom elixir.
Oh yeah, do you ever drink that Four Sigmatics?
Right.
But
Yeah, the Four Sigmatic mushroom elixir.
those doesn't
Instead
work.
of coffee. It's really good.
I drink too much caffeine. I think I'm just like numb to it now a little bit. So
Gotta switch it up. Oh yeah.
Blue hydration.
Blue hydration.
I was gonna say, because yeah, there's so many tips in floral arranging. I could talk a lot. When you add in a stem, you always want it to be slightly angled. So never stick something straight up and down unless you are making a complete dome where that would be the center, but that's very rare. Or like a row of flowers, but again, pretty rare. So I do have one designer that always does like that, and it's very distracting to the eye. It's kind of like the rule of odd numbers. So it always looks better when you're arranging. Just something to think about. So if this is a good length, I'm gonna take it out, and then I'm gonna just measure all the other flowers, and I can just cut them all that same length. I'm gonna keep it a little bit long, some of them, just so I can have a variety.
Look, yeah, she's got them various lengths.
No, she's cutting them all the same way.
So we can add it in. Now the thing with hydrangeas and also with dahlias, they have like a heavy head. So you can see that it's gonna droop. Well, that's not that bad, but it's gonna droop over, which can look bad. Again, you can always kind of tip it upwards if it was like
And
that.
when you put the focal point flowers in, are you using the center grid normally?
No,
No.
I had to use an outside one to get it to lay angle.
Yeah, and you might have to just play around with it, but again, with design, you always want it sort of off center a little bit. So I would just put it over here or over here, nothing in the middle.
Gotcha.
Well, this actually would probably take 5 stems of hydrangea, but I have 3. So I don't really want to do this, but I guess I'll make a triangle form of
Yeah,
some.
we get the feeling.
Okay, 3. Yeah, 3 is nice. 3 really big
But she was
ones.
saying 5 would work better.
Well, if I want it really full, but I can start adding in other flowers. I do a lot of editorial stuff, like for shoots or whatever. So I'm used to also making things that just look good on camera. Which,
That makes sense.
yeah. So I have these little holes. Let's see here. I think I'll just add in. Actually, I'm gonna fill in with some greenery. Probably add in some of the Dusty Miller, and then start adding in clusters of the roses. So like ranunculus or anything smaller, it's always good to have a few bunched together. Otherwise it looks like it's gonna polka dot the arrangement. You don't want that. You want little groupings. How's it? It looks pretty from what I can see.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's looking great.
It's definitely fun.
Yeah.
And right now the weather is still beautiful here, which is a very, very fortunate occurrence. So
Oh,
that makes it super fun.
Do you need another one? Maybe that.
Well, it's always fun to arrange just to arrange.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
There's no pressure. It's just really fun. Do you think mine are too high? Like the blue? Do you think I should make them shorter, Lee?
I have to.
Appreciate more?
Not at all.
No. Okay.
Yeah. Because once you get in other flowers.
You have another Bells of Ireland?
Another Bells of Ireland. Yes.
Yes.
So, because you only have, I keep pointing, but I realize I can't say. You only have 2 in there right now?
I think this is my 3rd one here. Can you see it? No, you probably couldn't see it.
I have 3 in here. Yeah, you have.
Here's my
Yeah,
third
there's your
one.
3rd one.
Should I make it shorter?
Oh, I can't see yours fully.
Oh, okay. Here.
I think you can just see this one, right?
Yeah. Is it, so wait,
So there's
we
3.
in yours you have 3.
Yeah.
I see. Put that one in the back, to one way.
This one?
Yeah, put it near one of the others.
Oh.
That is the only thing about doing it on Zoom. Like I can't be there
Oh,
to
of course. Oh, it's okay.
move it.
I think we'll be able to eyeball it, Rudy, after we get more flowers in it.
And then give it a little turn. Yeah, you might have
Like that.
to. No, what I was saying is basically more. Like you want it sort of like this,
Leaning.
Oh, you mean.
like that one a little bit shorter, so it doesn't look like hair or antennas or anything.
Yeah. Leaning.
You just want like a little bit of variety of height, and you want a few sort of next to each other, so it makes more of a statement, like in groupings. And then sometimes I'll just gently press the flowers to bend them slightly. It looks really pretty. I think it does.
I think it does. Yeah.
I got a little too aggressive with the bending and I broke it.
That's all.
If you save it, I don't, as long as the stem will go in water, it's fine to add back in.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, wait, where is it snapped?
Kind of right here in the middle. But
Oh.
maybe
Just cut above it, and then, because I can't see how long it is. Yeah, cut above where it's, oh, I see. Yeah, cut above the bloom. And then elongate the stem a little bit, like remove the bottom flowers. And you could probably stick that in more towards the end, or even now, towards the edge. I'll usually put the shorter flowers towards the edge of the vase.
yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
Lay
Get
it
away.
better.
Baby.
Okay.
Oh, see, now she's adding in that pretty greenery in the middle. That looks so-
Oh, and mine?
Yeah, I'm just looking. Just hanging out, looking.
Here.
Oh, yeah, I think you did.
So I just decided, like on the spot, I'm gonna, for mine, it'd be hard to tell until I add more in. I'm gonna kind of do like the Dusty Miller greenery here, and then the other.
Oh,
this
like that.
instead of just like making it all mixed together.
Yes,
Um,
that's gorgeous.
and I'll start adding in the roses.
So will you add the roses? Will you put them in like one spot, or you put them all over?
I really don't know because I've never made this.
Yeah.
But
Like that.
I will generally always group them together and then put them in different spots.
Okay, combo.
I like this rose color. It's called Cabaret.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, that is beautiful. It's almost like vintage.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right, Liddy.
Yeah. They always have those at Whole Foods too.
I was at
Beautiful
Whole
vintage
Foods.
ones.
They didn't
It
have
just depends.
Yeah.
How's yours coming along? Are you?
Oh, I'm happy. Mine's doing pretty well so far. Yeah. I will. Let's try some of this.
Now, flowers, if you are buying them from Whole Foods or wherever, and you're not going to arrange with them till the next day or like way later, it is a good idea to give them a fresh cut, even still in their bunches, and just put it in a bucket of water because they really do need to hydrate. Because I can see some of the flowers are starting to wilt just because they haven't had that.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And you don't have to refrigerate them though, right?
No, I don't. Even in New York, I don't even use the cooler there. A lot of people don't because it actually looks better if it can bloom some more. I just make sure that it's, the AC's on, it's not super hot.
Sure. Damn.
Yeah, the colors are so pretty.
I think the pink is really enhances it really good.
They just look so beautiful.
Where'd you get those?
Whole Foods.
Yeah. Feels so sweet of you. We needed it, Lou. You were subconsciously realizing.
What?
My sister subconsciously realized that the pink roses were necessary for this event, which she didn't know about. So that just very ESP. It's nice when the world just works out for you, right?
Yeah.
Serendipity, right? Is that what they
Serendipity.
call it, or synchronicity?
Yeah, both are good. Good terms.
So what about the lilies? Do you put those in?
Yeah, so lilies are a little tricky. I would probably for that add them in last because it can even rest on top. Like you can put the stem through the hydrangea like I showed you with the roses. And sometimes I'll like to have like one stem coming through and then the other stems sort of around it. And you want those different heights because lilies do look best either all bunched together, even just with bells of Ireland. But for something like that, I would just cluster a few in the different areas, all sort of different lengths and going a little bit different directions.
Yeah. You don't even have to use them. We can just put them in one of your other vases. You know?
Yeah, they're so pretty though.
They are pretty.
Do you have enough flowers there?
Well, for one case, for sure.
Oh yeah.
You know, it was funny because when I was in that room, they weren't selling them as bunches. So I wasn't sure, what normally a bunch.
Oh, because you were at the florist, so they're doing it.
I had to go to the floors because no place could really accommodate my activity, our activity. But you just punt. You always just got to punt, and yeah, it's all good. So I just was like, oh, I need a lot, as many as possible, and then when I told Cassidy, she's like, oh, Mom, Carly will be flexible. If you can only do one, that'll be fine. She's like, I bet you guys will talk, and then you'll do one. Yeah. Our kids, so we have always raised our kids half a block from each other. And so our kids know us, as a pair, and they know how we function. They give us good insight from a young perspective.
Yeah.
Which is helpful for sure.
Great.
Oh, really digging.
Oh yeah, that looks pretty.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what's great about
What?
doing this outside with you is that I don't even have to worry about my floor.
I know that's, and it happens to be the most perfect day.
Perfect. It's meant to be. Awesome.
Well, sometimes also I'll just lean down to look through the glass just to make sure. I mean, you're using taller vases, but just to make sure everything's in water. And also,
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
point.
I've seen that before where it's not, and then
Yeah.
you have to.
and then also if you're putting it on a dining table, a lot of the times, like we're looking at it from the top down, but it does look different from the side. So you
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah.
know,
very, very good point.
oh my gosh. Are you finding it easier to work with the tape?
Oh my God, the tape is life changing.
I mean, I've never done that before.
I love it.
So
Yeah.
otherwise, do people just like move it around? Is that what you do?
Yeah, I like the first 2 years I started my company because I hadn't been a designer before. That's what I did, and
Oh wow, Kylie, that's gorgeous.
But then you can like, take a break and move it around.
yeah, it's much better to use the tape for sure.
It makes them more secure too. It gives them like
Yeah.
almost like a balance of like, right? That's what I think. Yeah.
it is for sure. So when you do events, like, tell us about some of the crazy things you've seen and done.
Oh geez.
You
Well,
said you did something for the Beverly Hills Housewives.
well, that was from Bravo, so they were putting on this conference, but that, oh my God. So the flower wall they wanted to do, I mean, they wouldn't let me start on it because there's so much production and they were building out the whole thing. And I was like, oh my gosh, I know how much time this is going to take to get it done. And I think they I didn't even know what I was going to do. So I think they let me start at probably like 9 p.m. or something. Like the executive told me, just like, you have to get this done by this time. I was just like, yeah, well.
That's ridiculous.
But that's how it goes a lot of the time. A very challenging one, but I loved it, was so most of my clients now are PR firms or experiential marketing. And so they have their client, so there's a lot of different people, even just for flowers. So I did it was for the Nutcracker movie for Disney, and they had an installation at the Oculus Mall by the World Trade Center. And that was just another one where there was like at least 4 companies involved. So it's more of that stuff where I'm just trying to get an answer, and I also know my timeline, because people understand that, and I'm like, this is how long, But that was like, I think Glade was the sponsor, and then Pop Sugar was doing events, and then the company that hired me that I had done some work for. So it's just stuff like that where I'm, a little, I'm like screaming on the inside and trying to be calm. And sometimes I'll ask, because I have all freelancers, but they're like, does it seem like I'm pissed or I'm having a meltdown? Because like, I wear my, emotions on my face. So I'm just like, oh my God.
You're in shock.
But
so what are the PR firms, what do they need for? What's their, like, what do they do?
They're doing like a product. It's usually product launches. So like, I'm trying to think. Do a lot of beauty brands. So like Elf Cosmetics, that was different though. They were celebrating like their IPO or something. Or I remember last year we did for Saint Tropez, like tanning. Like they had a new line. So stuff like that. Or I used to, not anymore, do a lot of fragrance launches. So you would want like an arrangement that incorporated some of the scent, like the notes. It's kind of stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Or I'm trying to think, like, basically they want these influencer people that have lots of followers to come, so they'll do like, I did a huge event, and you can see on my Instagram, it was for Secret deodorant.
Oh.
That was like, actually, I think that was my biggest job, because they had 10 separate installations for people to take photos. So like they'll invite celebrities, but especially in LA, actually in New York too, it's really hard to get people to come to these things because they're just invited to so much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like they don't, so
they can't come to everything.
They get invited to everything. They don't care. But like that one, we did giant flower wall. All the bars covered in the flowers. They had just different flower things everywhere. And then the other stuff is sometimes corporate, like a corporate holiday party or, things like that. But the product launches, like it's sometimes tech companies. So I think like Samsung, if they have we did something for them with like flower crowns. They just want it either as an activity to get
right.
Oh, okay.
Or they want it as a background for people to pose.
Oh, right. Okay.
They want to make something where, these bloggers will post it and like make it look cool. Oh, I did actually on my Instagram, you can see this. I'm a little not backed up on posting things, but I think they filmed me online. Yeah, she filmed me online. For Laura Mercier for their makeup.
Oh, wow.
I've done a lot for them, but through all these event people, they go to different companies and then they have all these divisions. So I'll be like, oh, I just did that event, you know?
Yeah.
They have no idea. Like, oh, okay, glad you know. So what was I gonna say but about them? But she wanted, I think I did two. One was a blogger dinner at a hotel. It was really pretty. They wanted just like hanging greenery and arrangements and all that. And that was just for the photos. And then they had like a huge booth at a beauty expo or something. I forget, but something like that where they want decor for the booth. We do that sometimes too. I've done that. Like Sephora, we've done a lot of stuff, but again, that actually came through different companies. So yeah, they wanted a moss wall and then.
So sometimes they come to you and they know what they want, huh?
Oh, when for things like that, it's like, yeah, 80%, they already know what they want. So it's not, I won't say it's not creative, but because they have so much approval, like they already know what they want to know, the types of flowers, they want to know everything. So yeah, that I'm basically just making what they want.
Right. That's kind of nice. You don't have to think about it as much. You just have to execute.
Yeah, that's true. I'm trying to think of what other sort of.
Oh, very beautiful, Lydia. I like how it's bending. We have a lot of bending going on.
Bending.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah, so those are some examples, but again, there's like very, very little loyalty. I might have like 2 event producer friends that will hire me for stuff.
Really?
That's rude.
I know. It's very like out of sight, out of mind. So it's constantly like me or my old assistant or someone will just like check in 2 or 3 times a year, you know?
Yeah.
Instagram, like something else, like I didn't do, but I've worked with them. I'm just so annoyed, but that's kind of,
Wow.
they're just thinking about it, or they think about it super last minute. So I've been saying many times where they're like, we need this. Just like, didn't you think of this before? No. No.
Why didn't you think of it before?
And that's like jobs I'll do last minute, like very last minute. And I don't think a lot of other little companies would, but I also, it depends on the scale of it. Sometimes I'm not there, so I just have to, I don't even know, do the ordering, see, you know, what's happening. All that sort of stuff. So it's pretty different what I do. There's not really a lot of florists that do that. Like my friend she used to freelance for me, but now she mainly does weddings and everything. I can never do what you do. Like first you have to deal with these clients. And second, like you don't really have control if you're not designing every single piece. But I'm just like, well, yeah, but I approve every single thing that goes out.
Yeah, I could see if some people are super controlling, they wouldn't like that aspect of it.
Yeah. But that's just like, for me, I don't know. I'll just make it work. And like, if I'm not there, I do give up some things where it really does bother me, or I'll just be like, you know, do it this or do it that way. And I just kind of have to accept that. Like,
exactly. Not what you would have picked, but they're happy. So bottom line, then you're good.
Yeah, true. Very true. Yeah, my first client ever, man, that was some luck. I ran into her. She owns a PR firm, a fashion PR firm. So that's kind of how I got started a little bit. And then she used me, and they didn't use me. And then now they're back. They got another event person.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, people are like, it also depends how they, you know, how you work with someone. So
yeah, relationship, like if you get along with them, sure. If it's easy or challenging.
Yeah, I try to be like not bug people. A lot of times I'm just guessing, like, oh my god, they won't get back to me. And, but Yeah, so they were doing, what did she do?
That's a big base.
It's just random
Oh yeah, it's a huge base. That's the thing. It's like,
lunches, like a dinner or a lunch. It's just, that's what it is.
totally.
Yeah, so that's kind of funny. But yeah, ever since COVID, man, I don't really know. I don't know. And we were actually doing like a lot of flower count stations or interactive activities, which
Oh gosh.
I hate doing those because I don't really like talking to people all that much. So now I just send people, but for birthdays or events or anything they want, flower count station for people to come up.
Isn't it so weird how like interacting is becoming more challenging? You know, it's not your everyday thing anymore. So
Right. I mean, I'm just like, I love you guys. I love talking to people, but I'm not really good at that kind of customer service. Like, hi,
Right.
I don't care. I don't care. Move along.
yeah, I
So,
get it. And I think it's becoming almost unnatural now because we can't really interact in the same way as we used to. So it's
I think, yeah, that's
hard.
one of the things that, you know, because everything's virtual now,
yeah,
you have to kind of totally
Practice.
you know,
Yeah.
change courses, right, basically. So
yeah. It's hard.
I am an orthodontist and I don't see new patients in person anymore. We do consultations virtually.
Yeah.
And you just basically have to act. The thing what I found is people are more relaxed because they're at their own home.
Oh, that's a good
So
point.
they're basically very comfortable talking to you. Sometimes too comfortable. You should see what people do in the background.
Really? What did they do?
Yeah, but the way they're dressed and
Oh, yeah,
everything.
yeah.
But it's actually interesting if you treat it like different than you're used to. I think like it's almost a new way to communicate, which after you've had some practice, like doing all these virtual things, really becomes like second nature.
Mhm.
It's almost like you are in person. I think that's part of what you have to do is make people feel like you're literally right there.
Mhm.
And like having you just like in your kitchen,
Yeah.
it's much more authentic, I think,
Sure.
than, you know, any, you know, a typical setting.
Yeah, that is true. That is
I
right.
would have liked to have met you in person, of course, but this is
Oh, hopefully we'll cross.
your path will cross.
Or
But
come to Nashville and I'll take you around.
There you go. We would love that.
I think it also opens up opportunities that weren't there before because now you can reach so many more people versus people that are just in your location.
Yes, that's a good point. Our daughter was her consulting position had ended, and she's like, you know, maybe I'll just look for something outside of Atlanta because nobody's in person anyway, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And so in that way, it was something to think about. And yeah, a little more flexibility sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely different
Oh,
than
yeah.
what you're used to.
Everyone.
So I actually have a random question for orthodontics.
Yes, an orthodontic question for Dr. Lisa. She's happy to answer it for you.
I do. So I lose everything, but I somehow have my retainers.
Do you have them?
Huh?
Would you say you do have them?
I do have my retainer, but it's kind of like a piece broke, and I do need it because I wear it like once a month now because like my teeth were pretty spaced apart.
The shift.
Yeah. So can I just go to an orthodontist and they make me a new one, or?
Yes. You know, for you, if you need a new retainer, you have to go in person.
They'll take an impression, right?
Well, the newer ones take scans,
Oh.
you know, and then there are some new online things where they send you the impression material. I just don't know how accurate those are. But if you really want something a little, you know, more long lasting, yeah, you would just go to an orthodontist and get a new retainer. And no retainer is going to last forever. So I'm sure
No, I can't believe
You
I've had
needed
that
me
before.
one.
For some reason, I was thinking, like, am I gonna have to find the orthodontist from?
No.
I was like, my teeth. How are they gonna know? But I guess
No.
it was like a.
Well, any good orthodontist would look and just, and your teeth, when you're talking, they look straight. So you probably just need a new, something tighter.
Yes, I do. And then I don't. Yeah, it's just one of those things on the list. And then I'm supposed to wear a night guard, and I don't. It's like I'm
Oh.
bad at bad at that.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
So where are you living right now? You said you're in California again?
Yeah. So I was in. My friend actually. It was gone for like 4 months, so staying at her house.
Oh,
But
wow. That's perfect.
yeah, but it's not like Silver Lake. It's like East LA, and I was just like, oh my god, get me out of here. It was really gross. And then the fires, it was like getting in her house.
Oh my God. That's
Yeah.
scary.
My daughter said that too. It's like
The
hard to
smoke.
breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah, my eyes were like burning, and so I came to San Diego. My best friend lives down here, so I'm in her place actually, and
That's so fun.
just didn't want to like go back to Nashville. I don't know. I was just so bored, and I wanted to be by the water.
Yeah.
Back on Friday, and
We're going back on Friday to Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So, but I definitely want to come back out. I don't know. It's pretty weird since I don't really have to be anywhere. It's like,
Right. That's so Cassidy now what she's doing, her new position for her company, they're remote through July. And she's got people working like, oh, I think I want to live in Denver. So they just rent an Airbnb for a month and they're working out of Denver, because they like it there. So
that's pretty cool.
it is cool. I mean, I would think it could be a little lonely if you didn't have anyone else to do it with, but you just have to look at it as sort of an opportunity, I guess, to try something new. She's not doing that, but she knows people that are.
Yeah. That
Airbnb.
like
What you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah,
No, but I mean, people are moving to different states.
Oh, moving to different states.
Yeah, different
Yeah.
states. They're trying new things just because they don't have to be in. Like Carrie's saying, she doesn't have to be in Nashville,
No,
but
that's what's so
yeah.
cool about it.
could be considered an opportunity if you're comfortable with that.
I have to face reality.
Yeah, it's hard to face reality. La La Land is a nice place to be.
Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, my the friend I was saying, she's a costume designer and
Oh wow.
she's working on a Netflix movie. It's like a black western with all these like big stars, and they're shooting in Santa Fe for 4 months. So that got
Oh,
yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
She's, she actually, as long as I've known her, started like doing it on shows for like the extras, and then became the buying and all that. And her last job, she was the designer for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the Marvel show.
No way. That's one of our favorite shows. Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Love
Her name's Whitney.
Agents
And
of S.H.I.E.L.D. Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, I love that.
yeah, you can see some of her sketches on her Instagram. So
What's her,
what was that?
what was her name?
Her name's Whitney. I can send it to you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, my family would love to see that because we were obsessed with that show.
Oh yeah, I've only watched one episode.
It's if you have to like a sci-fi kind of comic book, that has to be your genre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's doing that. So she's assisting her old boss, I believe, on that movie.
That's so fun.
Mhm.
Santa Fe is really nice. You could go out there and visit her.
I know, I was thinking of that. Our other friend is going out there, but again, I was kind of like, well, I don't know right now.
Yeah, flying is scary. I mean, you have to. I
But
guess
all driving also.
you know anyone that has had the virus.
Do I know anyone?
Yeah.
No, or I don't know anyone directly. I know like a friend
That's good.
or like stuff like that.
Yeah. Through
Yeah.
people, but that's good.
What about you?
Well, my husband had it, but he thought, but he thought it was allergies. But he's a physician, and he was going in to see patients, and so he's like, I just better get tested, one of those things. And that was in March, and he wasn't very sick. And my daughter was with us, and neither of us got it. So I don't know what to make of that. But it just is, right?
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. So he has a sense of freedom, but he always wears a mask anyway because he's a surgeon, so it's no big deal to him.
How are yours coming along?
I don't know. Here, you can look at mine.
Yeah, they're big, the vases.
They're
So
very large. Here's mine.
there's a lot of tall, and I had to fluff it up.
I don't know. What do you think?
I like it. I think the colors are nice.
Yeah, you just need more, huh? Do you think I should put more hydrangeas in? I guess.
I had to add another
Let's
one that
see it.
was. I had to add a hydrangea. I was looking for something like different to put in the middle, but it because it's mostly like a ball of hydrangeas to fill it.
Well, what you can do is pull some things in and out. So like move just like maybe an inch or so.
Oh, move them.
Just to like pull just some of the flowers out just to create more.
The depth. Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
different.
Do you have extra greenery or something to put like
That's
below?
I ran out of greenery.
Oh.
I didn't
There's
get
some of
enough.
that
The only thing I have is that weedy stuff. Don't you think that would
Oh
be too weedy?
yeah.
And then I've got this, but I don't really think it goes.
Yeah, that unless you like cut all of them short and kind of like blocked it in, but I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could maybe. What do you think, Brittany? Is it too bright?
No.
No?
Oh, that? Yeah, see, I don't think the texture, that's
That's
dry.
What I agree.
And I didn't
That
like
is, yeah, that
I think it just needs more greenery, but I like how it looks. Other than that, I think it looks pretty cool.
yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, I like free form. I mean, I
So
just
no
think it
to
looks
the
cool.
lily, right?
I don't think the lily.
Oh wait, can I see the?
Can you see it?
Mm-hmm. You know why it's hard to see is because like I wish I could top down, but
Oh yeah, if we take the camera and she sees it from.
it's just hard because even like things look so different. Oh yeah, oh it's yeah,
Did
okay.
a great job.
Beautiful. Yeah.
It's hard to hold. It's such a heavy computer.
Yeah,
It's like, let's see.
Yeah, really.
So it's mostly just like the roses, the hydrangeas.
Mm-hmm. You can do the same thing and just pull out some of the flowers like half an inch because they're going to open. So you want to give it room to breathe.
Okay.
Otherwise, it looks great.
Add some water.
Oh yeah, I'll get.
Covered.
I have this. Where's the water? Oh, here's.
What'd you find? A piece of green.
Here,
Oh, here's
some
some green.
Okay, yeah, let's add more greenery.
Put this there.
Here, here's for
Put this back in.
here's water for you. See?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You can eat that water. It's your drinking water.
No, it's not. Oh, it's an empty bottle that I
Oh,
filled.
okay.
Yeah. So what's on the agenda for the rest of your day?
Oh, so I'm in San Diego and
Oh, San Diego.
So
So nice.
I've never been there. Do you like it?
I love it, but I'll tell you, I've only now this trip covered all the cool parts because my best friend Stephanie, we would either like when we were young go to Mission Beach or just like the bars or now she has kids, so we just hang out with the kids. So I didn't know there was all these areas, like
Really?
really cool areas, because I always thought it was so like one dimensional here.
That's what I thought when
That's
I
what
was
everyone
there.
says, that it's like for old people.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't like this. Like, there's nothing to do. No, I found really cool areas that would kind of be like, oh, not this cool. I was gonna say the West Loop, but that's no. But like, just like
Okay.
different areas.
Like, are they more for hiking, or is it more like decor, or
Just like a Silver Lake or like Los Feliz, like just like
it's where Kendall lives. My niece lives in Los Feliz. Yeah.
yeah, like little
Like cool shops.
yeah, like little shops. Like I had lunch yesterday at this one restaurant. It was like this chocolate. It was so weird. It was like a chocolate place, but also they had vegan food and like bodega kind of. I don't know, but like they
Wow.
this like mushroom soup thing with these vegetables, and it was just like very. I don't know how to describe it. It was very different, and I like some.
Awesome.
I don't know, but I'll send you a list. I have like 50 places marked.
Wow, I would love a list.
Yes,
You know what? We're always looking for, like, it is so hard. So I went to San Diego for, I don't know.
A meeting, I think we were there.
No, we were there with Nancy and David,
Oh.
and
that's right.
stayed in a really beautiful resort. Like,
you didn't like it.
but I
though.
didn't like San Diego per se, you know, because I thought it was too boring. But like you said, I mean, when you're just on a trip, you can't really explore a new place as you would like a local.
Oh
you
my
know.
gosh, yeah, like and I love Del Mar. That's like
Who would you love?
What's it called?
Del Mar.
Oh, Del Mar. Yes.
Where is that?
That is like maybe a half hour away, but I went there, and it's like really just beautiful, really calm, and then like at night, like the I don't know, the beach was so wide, and there was like these families riding bikes like on the sand, and it was just like they have
Ooh.
a couple little restaurants, so you can just, I don't know if it's because of COVID, like you can get a cocktail and then just sit on the beach, and it has like a really cute little town. But that I was just like, oh, I love Del Mar, and then everyone's like, yeah, of course you do, because it's like
Yeah, the place. I'm pretty sure we were there. Do you remember the name of the beach?
it was just called Del Mar.
Del Mar. Have you ever been on Solana Beach?
Yes, it's right by there.
Okay, right. So that's what it sounded like to me. And I was obsessed. And so I made my husband like, oh, let's look at how much property is here, right? Did you ever do that?
No, it was crazy.
Oh, yeah. You just want to fall over. And then you want to ding dong people's doorbells and go, what do you do? What do you do? Right? I'm always just so shocked by the value.
Yes.
But that area, yeah, I was very drawn to that area.
Oh, see, yeah, that's why I'm just like, this is so cool.
Yes, that was so cool. And also just to see how, like, I like the families were very chill. You know, they looked like very, like,
I think I kind of liked it because,
Yeah.
like, La Jolla, is beautiful, but it does have
pretty. Yeah, it's hoity-toity though.
feel, yeah. And it kind of like Manhattan Beach in LA remind me of a little bit, but like
I like Manhattan Beach too.
yeah.
It's because it's hip. It's cool. It's got a good vibe.
I've been there for like 8 months. It was just
And
really
you've been everywhere. I love that. You're very adventurous.
Oh, that's where my daughter goes for when they want to go to the beach from school. They drive to Manhattan Beach because it's pretty close.
yeah. From school to yes, I guess
From USC, yeah.
5 or something. But this is, I don't know if you could see, this was like Sunset Cliffs.
Yes, I was there.
Yeah,
That's like an
so
amazing.
cool.
That looks like a postcard, Carly.
Oh my God, I was just like, why have I never been there? And
Right.
all these places. Oh, this was so cool. This was
Oh my.
Del Mar, but like you can see just like look how wide that is and just people biking.
Breathtaking.
Yeah, that's so pretty.
And that's such a unique style of beach where you can like ride your bike on it, or right? You don't find that too many places.
Yeah, and just like these little shops and
Gotta stop.
even like Hillcrest, the gay area. Like I went to a cute little bookstore and just like things I felt like there was no culture here basically. And so
That's what I
Yeah.
thought too. But you're right.
Yeah,
you
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 said
found it. I did say that.
Yeah, because we're always looking for.
or like see like this is in like see how there's just like I think that's a cafe.
Awesome.
like cute little places like that.
Yeah, that you can walk and meet people that are cool and have.
Yeah, and like I had never even been to Balboa Park, which is
Oh yeah, it's beautiful, right? Were you there when the seals were there?
um
You ever seen them? Like they live in walruses, but there's some type of seal,
oh
and they're on all the rocks.
yes,
Yeah, it's really cool. They make all these weird noises and they're a little stinky, but I like nature, so wildlife is cool no matter what.
yeah. So
Yeah.
there was. I might go back to La Jolla, just look at some little areas. And
Yeah, that's so
Well, you're
pretty
not there
there.
that much longer, so you have to take advantage of it.
I know, and I didn't realize this that every area has like a sign. And I guess like in Little Italy, I spent some time down there. I hadn't been there, but like well, you can't.
That's a sign right there.
But like every little place has
Oh
its
my
own
God,
sign.
that's so cool. I did not know that.
Yeah. I was like,
That's
what?
awesome.
So
Love that.
that's why I like it now. I'm like,
You're sad to leave, but why do you have to leave?
I guess I don't know. I feel like I should get back to my place or something.
Why?
Weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not
Let
saying,
me just tell you something. Cassidy has this really awesome apartment in this phenomenal area in Atlanta, Georgia. And we had her come home. We were like, fly home. It was St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. She has not been back.
oh,
No, I'm just like, nah, don't go. She wants to vote in person, so she'll probably go back for that. But like,
yeah, I think
does someone check on your apartment?
I do. I have someone in my complex that like normally is the dog walker. She's like going and getting my mail and watering plants. But I was considering just trying to rent it out maybe for like 6 months. I have to kind of figure it out because I don't know. It was different when I was in quarantine and had my boyfriend and stuff. You know, I was like, no, I'm just.
The thing is, if you're going to go there and be lonely, why would you go? No, I'm telling you, like I would tell one of my kids, and my sister would say the same thing. I have a daughter who's, well, Cassidy met. She's 24, and she would be working in her apartment, because she works a lot.
Yeah.
Not, you're not going to do a workspace or even a cafe unless it's outside. Atlanta, the weather's nice, but not, And then you live in your apartment. She also does not have a boyfriend, and
Yeah.
it's hard to socialize because people are being really conservative.
And like I don't know, my like best friend there, she just turns out to be like kind of wacky,
Yeah.
And so I had a couple friends, but I was like, I don't.
Well, and you know what? When Cassie did the due diligence, when she did the research, and she had a lot of friends that were living there, people had packed up and moved because it's remote. Why should they be paying for all that money?
Oh yeah.
Like same thing as Nashville, you can't enjoy it to its fullest extent. Atlanta's similar, very hip and cool and fun things to do. And so a lot of people got different jobs because they lost their jobs.
Yeah.
So the poor friends aren't really there anymore,
That's true. And like everyone, except my one friend moved from New York. They all did that. My brother lives there, and he was just like this. He works in photography, so he was just like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when you're paying rent for
a lifestyle,
for the place that you can't use it that way anymore.
That's why I think I might I have a townhouse. It's like a little 2-bedroom. I was thinking I could just rent it out for, 6 months or.
Yeah.
So on what site?
Airbnb.
What site are they doing that on? Are they doing it on Airbnb, or what would you put it up on?
They changed the Airbnb rules there. It's like extremely strict. It's a lot different because of tourism and the hotels. So you'll get fined a lot if you do that and you don't have this one permit, and they've stopped issuing permits. It's a whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so in my complex, there was like some rental companies I might check out, or.
That's a good idea. Because then the reason I'm asking is just so they would vet the person.
Exactly. Like I asked around, and I was like, I don't really want to deal with this. And I also don't want to be the one that's like dealing with rent. I don't know.
I agree. Well, somebody that, so my daughter-in-law had called Cass, and she knew the person, and they needed to live in Atlanta for 6 months.
Oh.
And so they wanted her apartment. And I said, and that's like someone knows, right? And I just said, well, how do you know that you won't go back? And then someone would be sleeping in your bed, and you never cleaned anything out of your apartment, so everything's in the closet and in the drawers. And How do you feel about that? And then she's like,
Here, let me get in the photo. I'm taking a picture of your arrangement. Move the goop glow.
oh, it just looks so funny. It's like the orange.
Goop would love that photo.
Thank you. Try this angle. Is it the sun?
Yeah, no, you can, yeah, it looks better that way. Yeah, this is a better view. So cute.
How about one with you?
Yeah.
So those are just some things to think about. She didn't end up doing it because she wasn't sure if she was going back or not.
That's how I feel too, because
Yeah.
my place is furnished. So I actually did put it on Airbnb for like 1 second until I realized I could get in trouble and like banned. And like right away, it was a family that was renovating a house.
Oh,
I was gonna do it as like, you know, I'm gonna keep it furnished. And so I was like, okay, I think that could be of interest, but I have to do the same thing. I would have to put all the valuables. I have a downstairs closet, but it's kind of weird because it's like, I got all my stuff and it was all the stuff I wanted, and you know.
it's a concept that if someone had said to me, I think this is a business idea, you know, like
Oh.
Uber or Airbnb, they're like, no.
I thought that was so weird.
Exactly.
Actually, I'm staying in an Airbnb here, and I was thinking like, oh, this is way more comfortable than a hotel, and I have my dog, and
Yes, I've done it too. And Cassidy, she lived there for probably 6 weeks before her apartment was ready when she got her other position.
yeah.
And the family was so nice. They were always so concerned about her. And
Oh, she rented a room.
in Atlanta, she did an Airbnb prior to her apartment being available. This was a long time
Did
ago.
she rent a room in someone's
You know
house?
what? So cool. They had their own house, but on the property, they had like a separate coach house
Oh, that's
with its own entrance. And
that's
a yard. They had a dog, so she felt really at home.
yeah, and that's nice to like feel a little bit more safer, I guess, and how.
It worked out, you know. Yeah, you know, being our age, it's not something we grew up with. Like
Yeah,
you guys do that, and I
still think it's a little weird. Like what
do.
I find crazy is I was going back from New York to LA a lot. This was, gosh, probably 5 years ago, whenever. And I was renting a room from like that now creeps me out. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
But you were younger, and you were coming and going, and you probably weren't there that much. And
But now I'm just like,
I know the
actually,
world changed. So
my one friend in Nashville, she's an acquaintance, really sweet. The first time I went there, I rented her a room from her place, and she's still doing it, but she was so cool. And I think it was like $40 a night, really cheap. And
can't beat it.
yeah, and she was like, well, I've met really cool people, but I always thought it was weird for the people who are letting a stranger in their house.
Totally, 100%. Even when my sister and I have workmen in our house, you know, we want them to be recommended, someone we'd feel comfortable with in our homes, you know, and they're going around your house. I don't know. That's
No,
not and that's living there, you know.
But I watch a lot of Dateline and true crime, and I'm like,
Yeah, exactly.
always the like worker, the tree trimmer, someone. And
Well, my husband being a physician, you know, and he's like very nice about everyone, but he's like, I just know that everyone is crazy and most people are on some type of medication, and like just be, you know, very, very aware. So I'm like, okay, he would know better than me. I'm a little bit isolated from that,
you know,
a little insulated. But Carly, we can't thank you enough for this very, very unbelievably special event.
I love the Lizzie Anthus in there. I can see it.
Oh, yes, yes.
Xanthus? Which
Yeah.
one is that?
That's just a little white one. Right here.
Here, why
Spray.
don't you hold them and I'll take another screenshot and
Ah, yeah.
I took some pictures too, so we can send them to you.
I would love that.
Here, let me just put this one in. And then
I
this
think this side looks better.
one.
It is hard with the camera angle. Like,
It actually looks really good on the top too, like you were
Yeah,
saying.
the top does look nice on mine too. This is causing me an issue, but we'll just put this in here. That's no.
okay,
Oh,
here,
I'm gonna work on that one later.
here, lean down. So I. It's It's so cute.
Well, we loved hanging out with
Oh,
you.
this was so fun. I
It
mean,
was a
So
blast.
much. I learned so much.
Yes, I did too. And I wanted to hear good things about what's going on with you. We both would. So keep in
I
touch
would
with us.
love it if you came to I would love it if you came to Nashville whenever you can. I did a private, it was a woman and her sister. And I ended up staying with them in Dallas. And
Awesome.
so that would be so fun.
You're
Well,
a doll.
yeah,
We
when you
love
ever
it.
come to Chicago, you can look
Yeah,
us up.
I definitely will. Okay, I have your email. So I'll email you the photos or what's best or
Oh, anything. Email is good, don't you think? Email
Yeah,
is
that'd
good?
be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Marlo will pass them on to me.
Of
That'll be
course.
great.
I'm a share.
awesome. Well, have a wonderful day. What are you doing?
too.
Thank you.
Yes, my sister has a cruise planned, a virtual cruise. Her husband
Well, it's
dressed
not
up.
virtual,
Well,
but yeah.
Yes, well, it won't be. You might not be going on a body of water. You don't know. You're not sure. But he's got a whole love boat theme weekend planned for her.
Oh, that's what you said. That's so cool.
Yeah. So she's gonna be doing lots of
Tell them about you.
fun activities. Oh my God! Oh, precious! What kind of dog?
She's like a little Chihuahua terrier.
Yeah, so cute.
Wait, come over here.
Does she go all over with you?
Does she travels?
What's her
Yeah.
name?
That's Stephanie.
Hi,
Hi,
it's so nice
Bethany.
that you guys are together. How fun!
Will you take a photo like that, like this? Because we're gonna send each other.
Here, Liddy, get up
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Wait, come over here.
Oh wait, let me do a split shot. I think I don't even know what I'm saying. Oh, there we go. That's cool. Okay, ready? Smile. Yeah, you forgot some of the flowers in the.
Should we move them?
Yeah, you can move it. Oh. Bye. She's also my financial advisor.
Oh wow!
Oh,
It's nice to have a friend that can advise you, right?
We've been friends since 8th grade. So
That is the best.
Oh, that's so nice.
Someone who really knows you and cares about you.
yeah,
There's nothing more valuable in life than that.
yes. And this is
Yeah.
a teammate.
Yeah.
Well,
Look
thank
at your
you.
furry baby.
Thank you so much, Carly. This was
This
really
is so
special.
Fun. I'm so glad
And
to make it work and all that.
It was amazing. Thanks for
Yeah.
all your flexibility and for all
Very-
your guidance.
it'll be very memorable
It
for
will.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's stay in touch for real. And
Would love that.
yeah, I would too.
100%.
Stay in touch. And what else? Yeah, email me or whatever. Here,
We'll
I'll
send you our flower designs.
yeah,
You can give us pointers on
we
them.
need, well, please be constructively critical.
here.
We like
I'll-
guidance.
What are your numbers? And then I'll just text you.
That would be great to be texting. I would appreciate that too. So mine is Marla, M-A-R-L-A. And you know my last name is Schwartz, S-C-H-W-A-R-T-Z. And it's 219-808-0946.
Okay.
And then my sister.
So I'm Lisa, and my last name is Grant, Grant, and my number's 219-313-9143.
Yeah, and then text us so we'll have your number.
Yeah.
Cassie loves your last name too. She's like, Carly Cylinder, that's a cool name. Like, yeah.
You know, it's my real last name,
Last name
and
is
all my
Cylinder.
family's like ancestors is Russian Jewish, so it's really weird because it doesn't
Really?
sound anything like that. So
No, it doesn't. You can never tell by a name, right?
yeah.
Or a look.
Your ancestors.
I mean, like all my family is like Russian Jews, but
So we're Jewish as well.
Lashana Tova. I'm such
Yeah.
Hashanah
Did you do
Tova.
anything for Rosh Hashanah?
No. I was kind of I was gonna do like a virtual thing, and then I didn't. I was supposed to go to my cousins in LA, but I kind of canceled on her. I was like,
I didn't even know it was Rosh
We
Hashanah.
went apple picking,
Yes, that was really fun.
so we got to have apples with the honey that was
oh, that's-
fresh from the tree.
I know. I'm a
Yeah,
bad.
gotta be creative.
My cousin's pretty like more on it, and I'm always like,
Some Yeah, the traditions are fun, but it's nice when you got a family and you can celebrate with friends. And,
exactly. Otherwise, it's like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I say just go for spirituality.
well, Well, now we'll be able to celebrate together.
Yeah.
So yes,
That'll
we'll,
be
we'll
awesome.
we'll wish you all the good things for the holidays as
Yeah.
well.
Happy and healthy New Year.
Happy, healthy New Year.
Fulfilling.
Yep.
What was it?
Fulfilling is the final thing, right?
That's
You
good.
want to feel fulfilled.
Yeah, that's perfect.
For all your
Yeah.
passions.
Guys, have a great day. And
Thank
Yes,
you. You too.
Carly. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay in
Well,
touch.
we're recording too.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Oh, okay.
awesome. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Awesome.
Bye.
Bye.